It is the beginning of August in 1929. I stand on the train looking out the window waving goodbye to my parents. I am on a train that will take me away from my home in Hagerstown, Maryland to Frederick, Maryland. I will be attending the Visitation Academy this year. It is a private boarding school for young ladies and I am very nervous. Suddenly the train starts moving and I am ushered to take my seat beside a young girl with long brown hair and very bright blue eyes. She seems sad and I don't know how to comfort her. I sit in uncomfortable silence. I am very scared to go to school this year. Something seems wrong. I have been sitting on the train for a while now. I haven't spoken the entire way. I just stare out the window. When we finally stop, I follow the rest of the girls out of the train and we begin a procession down the street to the school. We reach the school, its giant iron gates looming out at me like something from the fairy tales Papa used to read me. Oh, how I miss him. We walk up the steps to a door and are ushered inside. How old are you, honey? A woman asks. 8, I reply. Okay, your group is over there. Bye, sweetie, she says. I walk over to the group of girls where the lady directed me. Everyone here looks so comfortable. I feel so out of place. A very tall girl walks over to me, the same one who was on the train next to me. What's your name? She asks. Emily, I say. What's yours? Bianca, she replies. Oh, the sisters are coming. We better be quiet. She scurries off. Just then, a sister walks up and addresses all the girls. Hello, girls. I'm Sister Mary. I know you are excited to make friends, so you are to go to the dining hall immediately. We rush downstairs to the dining hall. We find our seats and sit down. Big steaming plates of vegetables are brought out. Then a big plate of meat is set down and we dig in. This food is delicious. The mashed potatoes are so smooth and the vegetables are perfectly steamed. Dinner finishes and we go up to our dorm rooms. I discover Bianca's stall is next to me. What a relief. I go to sleep dreaming of the stories Papa used to tell me. It has been about a month and a half since school started. Bianca and I are best friends. We receive newspapers about every day. I read the headline. Oh my goodness. I stare at the headline. October 29th, worst day in history, I read on. I hear that the stock market has crashed. My father owns stock. Just then, Sister Mary walks up to me. She hands me a letter. I thank her and read the letter. The letter tells me that my dad lost a lot of money on the market and that I won't be able to come home because we can't afford train tickets. I start to cry that night. Bianca asks me what's wrong, and I just say it's nothing. That night, I cry silently into my pillow. It has been so hard to fit in these last few months. I am now a charity student. My family lost all their money. Everyone makes fun of me. My clothes don't fit. I cry almost every night. Bianca is my only friend. She understands it when I cry now. Classes have continued on, and Wednesday of this week, while Sister Mary Joseph was talking, I began to cry. She was talking about the economic crash. The one girl in my class who makes fun of me, Amy, began to snicker at me when Sister began to talk. Bianca comforted me. I went to see Sister Mary, and she told me it would be okay. After another dinner of vegetables and meat, we went to sleep. I miss Papa. I wish I could see him again, and my little sister Lucy. I miss them all so much. When will I be able to visit home again? It is Saturday in early 1932. On Saturdays, the whole school can go outside into town and buy something. Bianca and I put on our weekend uniform of a dark blue blazer, long skirt, and straw hat. We all walk outside. Then Amy walks up. Do you even have enough money to spend since your dad lost it all? She smirks. I can't tell her that I don't have any money, so I just walk away. Bianca walks up and puts her hand on my shoulder. I'll share with you, she says. Thank you, I reply. We walk around town until we find a candy store. We buy a bag of sweet little candies. We eat in the store until Sister Mary says we must go. When we get back to school, Bianca and I finish the candies. We are bored, so we decide to play tag with the other girls in our grade. We go to eat dinner. Our dinner consists of some noodle and fruit. It tastes wonderful. After dinner, we are ushered up to the dorms and we all go to sleep. Bianca and I whisper through the walls until we finally fall asleep. This week, President Franklin gives a speech about a bank holiday, asking banks to close so that Congress can reopen them again. I guess this is a good thing. Maybe my family is stable again. Sister Mary walks in and says my father is here. I follow her upstairs to the parlor, unable to contain my excitement. I walk and see my dad, and my mood immediately changes. He looks sad. Sister Mary leaves us to ourselves. My dad tells me that they had to sell the car and now they can't come to visit me at all anymore. I begin to cry, but my dad tells me it'll be okay. I almost believe him. He tells me he loves me and says he will try to see me as soon as possible. After that, he leaves. Sister Mary allows me to go to bed early that night. I cry while no one is up there. Why is this happening to me? It is now December of 1933. I haven't seen my family since they sold the car. Christmas comes and goes, and I am left alone with the rest of the charity students. The sisters prepare a big dinner for us and give us a bag of candy. I didn't receive any presents from my family this year. I didn't expect any, but this celebration is nice and makes me feel happy. In the next week, all the students return and classes resume as normal. Bianca tells me about her Christmas. She says she wished I could have come, but she has 7 other siblings. I tell her that it's all right. There will always be next year. But really, I don't know that. What if my parents can't afford it anymore? Oh, I hope this is over soon. I still can't believe how hard it is to make friends. No one wants to play with me or do anything. So Bianca and I spend most of our time talking to each other and playing cards. The months pass, and now it's 1934. President Roosevelt has been making speeches saying recovery is on the way. More and more people are becoming employed again. America is slowly making its way back to economic stability. I really hope he is right. I remember when Herbert Hoover made the speech about the crash all those years ago, telling us not to panic. It almost seems funny now. Everyone panicked. I just hope this all ends soon. It's 1936. Bianca and I are starting our first day of high school today. My mom and dad came to visit me a little bit before they left. They wished me luck and said they'd see me soon. It is so different being a big girl now. We are delivered newspapers every day. The headline today intrigues me. It is about an African-American track star named Jesse Owens and his victory in the Olympics this year. They show a picture of him participating in the 100-meter dash. He amazes me. I hope I can read about him soon, as we can keep the newspapers now. Bianca and I go to lunch, which consists of delicious clam chowder soup. We leave lunch and go outside for our allotted time. Bianca and I begin playing cards at a table near the field where a couple of girls are playing tetherball. The ball flies out of a girl's reach and hits the next girl. The girls exchange apologies and continue to play. I remember when that happened when we were younger. The girls would immediately start fighting. It just seems so different now. I just can't believe it. We go back to classes and sit down. Sister Mary begins to teach us arithmetic, and we copy the problems down. We begin to do them when she says we are dismissed. At dinner later, Bianca and I talk about what we want to buy when we go outside tomorrow. After dinner, we go to bed. Bianca and I whisper through the walls of our dorms. Sister Veronica walks by and reprimands us, saying we each have 15 minutes on the penance bench tomorrow. Oh well, we both drift off to sleep. It is late autumn of 1937 when Sister Mary calls me to the parlor. I'm nervous as I walk up the steps. I enter and see my dad. Sister Mary leaves and my dad stands up. Little Lucy died, Emily, he says. Tears well up in my eye. What? How? She got pneumonia, he says. I start to cry and my dad rushes over to me and embraces me in a hug so loving I almost forget what he's just told me. He says the funeral has already happened and that she is with Jesus now. I can't cope with this. First I can't see my family and now my sister. Why is this happening? My dad says it will be okay. It won't. My sister is gone and I can't see my family. My dad leaves shortly after and I go to my dorm. That night Bianca asks what's wrong. The whole story comes out and she lets me rest my head on her shoulder. Everything is ruined. I have no hope left. I can't sleep that night. I just let myself cry. I wake up the next day. I can't even get out of bed. Bianca goes to class without me. Sister Mary walks in and sits down on my bed. I don't even bother to look up at her. She tries to comfort me, but it is no use. She sits on my bed with me for a while, then she gets up and leaves. I stand in my bed for the next day. After that, I get up and go to class, but I can't bring myself to listen. Her talking is just canceled out by my thoughts. My life continues on as normal as possible, though I still can't focus with the loss of Lucy. Bianca and I continue to play cards most of the time. Amy still insults me when she gets the chance. Another Christmas comes and goes, just like it always does. I still haven't seen my parents since Lucy died. All the students return and classes resume. It's now 1939, and tensions between Germany and British countries have been worsening. There is a feared war coming soon. With Hitler as dictator of Germany, the tensions between France have also been worsening. Fear a war will start soon. The country has slowly been rebuilding itself, and more are becoming employed. My father even got his car back. Maybe he can come visit me soon. I haven't seen him in so long. When will this all be over? The war I feared has begun. Hitler and his troops invaded Poland in late 1939, shortly after France declared war. I try to take my mind off that. It's my graduation day. My parents come to see graduation, and I can finally go home with them. My family is stable again. My dad created a faster and more efficient way to build guns and help France with the war. He now runs his own business. They fixed up our house and got our car back so I can go home. Graduation begins. All my classmates wear white dresses and we go through our ceremony. We receive our diplomas and take pictures. I have to say, I'm going to miss my class. We finish graduation and I pack up my belongings. I load them into our car and get ready to leave. I say goodbye to all my classmates and the sisters. I thank them all for their time. I thank Sister Mary most of all for her comfort throughout the years, and she says she'll miss me. I say goodbye to Bianca last. We both say we will write letters to each other. I will really miss her. I get into the car, and I can't help it as a tear rolls down my cheek as we drive along the bumpy road that will take me home. I arrived home a week ago. The economic crash is over and life is perfect. My father works and continues to make money. I stay at home and help my mom around home now. We knit and go around fixing the house while Dad works. I'm so glad to be home, but I'll always remember my friends. I haven't decided if I will attend college yet. I hope so. I would love to become a writer or a nurse. One thing that this Great Depression taught me is though things seem tough, you can never give up hope.